Hi Scorpio, this is your December 2015 horoscope with me, Lada from Astrolada.com, for everyone who has their ascendant, sun or moon in Scorpio. So what does December hold? The month starts with a conjunction between Saturn and the Sun, two kind of heavy planets that make things happen in your second house. So especially the end of November, the last week of November and the first week of December, you might have to make important decisions in regards to financial matters. And the Sun is the planet of initiative and Saturn is the planet of correcting mistakes. So you might have to do some restructuring in regards to finances and take the action to change something in regards to material possessions, finances, tangible objects that you possess, and anything that brings you security and financial stability. You might be restructuring, I don't know, something with money, or taking important decisions how to run your money and to take the steps in that direction. This will be a very auspicious time for that. People who work in some way in banking industries or with money or with resources, possession, with commodities. These are all second house matters, with food, with clothes. You know, they can have a very demanding time, the last week of November, the first week of December, and even the first 2 weeks of December, that they have to be more responsible, more serious. You won't approach it with light-handedly, you'd approach it much more seriously, but we need such energy sometimes, you know, not to take things too frivolously, because that's when we make proper changes and decisions. And there might be some complications that come there, but you'll be able to sort them through and you can have very productive results by the end of that period. Let's see what else is happening. Venus will be in your sign in Scorpio. So when Venus is in your sign Scorpio, it definitely can bring more enjoyable experiences to you. And Venus is in your sign the most of December. And Venus comes into Scorpio once every year, at different times of the year. But this is a time when you start feeling more attractive. This is a time when you take more care of your personal appearance. You might feel like going to the spa, like going to do your hair, or going to beautify it, to do a different hair color, or to change something, because especially Scorpio is a sign that likes profound changes, and Venus is the planet of beauty. You can do something in regards to your physical beauty and appearance that is that makes you feel better, that makes you feel more attractive, and you get more charm as well. You can attract Venus. Whenever Venus is, you become magnetic, and Venus is in your sign, so you become more magnetic for others. You can charm the pants off others now. You can attract love, relationship, and experiences, because Venus is the planet of love naturally, and it rules your seventh house of relationships, because the seventh house of relationship is Taurus. So like relationships come to you in your sign. If you're already in a relationship, you can have more pleasant experience with a partner, maybe not the whole of December, but for a certain period. Then a more romantic experience like that, maybe some with clients, with people that you communicate on one-to-one basis. They can bring to you more pleasurable experiences as well, and you can charm such people. And the best way, strategy for you in December, Scorpio, is to be diplomatic, because you get a lot more things through your charm and through your magnetic kindness and diplomacy, rather than if you try and push through, if you try to get things. Because Mars, the planet of getting things and pushing through, is in the 12th house for you in the whole of December, which is a hidden house. So you might your best ways, in more subversive ways. I don't say be cunning and, you know, do something behind people's backs, because people are more likely when Mars is in their 12th house to act subversively. But Venus in the first house says, like, be charming and you'll get the things you want. Be cooperative and you know, things will come to you as well. And don't go confronting people directly. Mars is not on your side now. Mars is in the hidden house, in the 12th house. Act more behind the scenes. And when Mars is in the 12th house, we might find sometimes that someone else is acting against us behind the scenes. So be careful, Scorpio, because Mars also is the planet that rules you, is the natural ruler of Scorpio. So you might find yourself that you're doing something behind the scenes there, that, like I said, something that you don't want others to know about. And it's important that it's not too bad or slanderous in some way. Or undermining for another, because it can create lasting repercussions. But people tend to be more inclined and also tend to attract others who might want to take a bit more advantage of them in the worst case scenario, But on the positive side, Mars in the 12th house is all about giving away your energy without expecting back returns. So that's like helping someone. Be there to physically help a friend, for example, either relocate or to physically be there, help them fix something, or to go and do something for the poor or for the hungry, especially around Christmas. Because this is how the 12th house is the house of karma, and Mars is your actions. You can generate good karma through your actions. And you might find yourself, even without you consciously wanting it, that you're putting a lot more energy to helping others compassionately through your actions. Rather than going and forcing people to do what you want, be diplomatic and do it in more roundabout ways. And Mars in the 12th house is also about expenses. So Scorpio, be careful that there might be a bit more expenses than usual, because Mars is this planet that is spontaneous and can be a bit sometimes reckless, and 12 houses, things that we lose, that go away from us, that we're, expenses basically. So oftentimes when Mars transits the 12th house, we can give away things, or we can lose some things, or we have to have more expenses than normal. But also because Mars is concluding a 2.5-year cycle, Scorpio, you might be concluding certain activities that you started in the past 2.5 years at certain period. You might be, if you've been working hard on something, putting energy. When Mars is in the 12th house, the house of completions, you can start seeing the results of that energy that you've put if you've worked on something hard. It's something that you applied your own willpower towards, your efforts. And because 12th house is a conclusion, ending, results, you can see the results of those actions now. And if you've worked hard, if you've been using clever logic, if you've been efficient, you'll see very good results with those initiatives. If not, you just realize that those actions were, in December, you realize that you've expended a lot of energy where it was basically not in the most intelligent way, or maybe not in the most logical way, and you kind of make an assessment and evaluation no longer to waste your energy there. So there is certain sense of conclusion in regards to some initiatives and actions that you've taken over the past 2.5 years, or shorter time, any time of that period, that you'll see the results of and decide what to do with such actions. But again, as I said, if you decide to directly confront things and tackle problems, it might come a bit more difficultly to you, because Mars in the 12th house, it's almost like when you make efforts, like you're throwing them a little bit at the wind, unless they're selfishly motivated. If it's helping someone else, if it's preparing something behind the scenes rather than directly tackling things, that's, this can work when Mars is in the 12th house. Okay, let's see. We said Venus is in your house, so you get to be more charming, more attractive, more pleasant, diplomatic. If you work in any of the Venus careers, this can be very auspicious for you. Venus careers are beauty, art, working with women, amusement, entertainment, counseling, advising. These things can run more smoothly, or you can get more of them in a positive way. So there are quite some very supportive influences for you there. Venus making you smoother, gentler. And just for some of you Scorpios, I want to give you those Scorpios that have their ascendant from 20 till 24 degrees in Scorpio. They're having Jupiter nice aspect to the 7th house, the trine aspect, the full aspect. So You can have some very positive developments in regards to love, in regards to committed relationship, like a relationship taking a step further, or any kind of partnerships, like a new person coming who can become a business partner, someone who can support you in some way, someone who brings good ideas to you, someone who makes you happy, someone who helps you in some way. Seventh house is clients as well. If you have a client base and your ascendant is from 20 till 24 degrees in Scorpio, this is a time when you can increase your client base, your popularity. It's seventh house. And overall, you can improve your relationships, business or personal. You can take them to a more expansive level, more satisfying level. And if your sun or ascendant, a sun or moon, is from 20 till 24 degrees in Scorpio, you can check from the planetary detail table what degree your sun or ascendant is. I can give you a bit of a help here, because if your sun is from 20 till 24 degrees in Scorpio, it means that you are born from around the 13th to around the 17th of November, plus minus a day or two. Jupiter is sending the sextile, less strong but still positive aspect, harmonious aspect to you. So it's kind of hidden support that comes to you, maybe some opportunity in regards to career that is not so obvious. Maybe it's not going to change your life forever, but it's definitely supportive. It's invigorating, your confidence levels go up, things start moving better. Or maybe in your personal life, if it's your moon from 20 to 24 degrees, something good happens with family, loved ones, something that makes you emotionally more satisfied and positive, or home environment, because the moon rules all those things, or with women, important women in your life, or if it's the sun, that those degrees or those days that I mentioned might be with some hidden support or something good that comes from male figures or authority figures in your life. So thank you very much, Scorpio. Subscribe to my channel. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next year.